Yo, guys. So we're live streaming. We're live. First time being live actually on YouTube. I'm very excited. I hope you guys will join me in a very cool project I'm gonna start doing. Um, this is Project Eaglefall. This is the Fallen podcast, and this is the first episode. Really, just gonna talk about some basic things and what has happened to our country in the past 50 or so years. Well, I'm really excited to get into this. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start off with some reaction news real quick. Um, like I'm sure you guys have heard, but Vladimir Putin um, challenged Biden to a live debate, which is completely unprecedented. Like, okay, so basically what happened was, I'll summarize this for you. You can see right there. Biden quote unquote said, "I think Putin is a killer." And Putin was like, "Ha, that's actually you're not wrong, but it's kind of a little rude. So I challenge you to a live debate." Now, this debate shouldn't hurt anybody. Uh, let's see. Let's use a news company that no one's gonna challenge the validity of. ABC7 sounds fine. That was today. No, that was yesterday. Okay, dang. So this happened yesterday. I'm a little bit low to the news. I'm not gonna play any of this, but let's start off here. So Washington dot or dash dash dash. Russian President Vladimir Putin has reacted to President Joe Biden calling him a quote unquote killer by challenging Biden to take part in a conversation with him, um, broadcast live online. I've just thought of this now. Putin told um, Russian state television reporter, quote unquote, "I want to propose to President Biden to continue our discussion, but on that condition, we do it basically live, as it's called without any delays and directly in an open, direct discussion. It seems to me that would be interesting for the people of Russia and for the people of the United States." How right he is. Question is, can Putin even debate? When we saw his quote unquote his acts during the presidential election, but is he really gonna do that to Biden or to Putin? No, 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 no. I don't think so. Um, so let's continue here. Putin's invitation seemed to amount to a challenge to Biden to a live televised debate, following a day of diplomatic uproar that began when Biden said he thought Putin was a quote unquote killer in an interview with ABC News. George Stephanopoulos, Russia. Shortly after that, Russia recalled its ambassador to the United States in response to the remark. Okay, how random would it be? Okay, so you're just at the embassy, the Russian embassy in the United States, and you're just like la la, and you're just chilling, right, doing your paperwork, and then all of a sudden you're like, you're in the news. Biden called um, Putin a killer, and you get a phone call instantly from Vladimir Putin himself, being like, "Hey, by the way, brother, we need to get the mother Russia. America is not safe for us." Literally nothing could really go wrong from this. This is all just a a big showing of the stick. Let's put it that way. So it's kind of hilarious, but at the same time, it's like, really, what are you gonna gain? Biden has nothing to gain. Putin has everything to gain from this. Literally everything. He's got the publicity, and he's got an ability to make America look weak, which we are very weak at this point in time, which we'll get into that later. But for now, we're here. All right, I'm gonna get some music going, just cause. Um, let's just get this going. Hopefully this comes in pretty low. It's kind of elevator music, unfortunately, right now, but this is kind of relaxing, you know? So, I'm really excited to do these more often. I don't know how it's going to go, but like I really want to do these podcast things more often. I'm going to have somebody on tomorrow, either tomorrow or whenever I do this again. I have not decided. I'm going to turn that down a bit. Oh. Yeah, so let's see what he has to say. After issuing his invitation, Putin said he didn't want to delay, proposing he and Biden hold the discussion as early as Friday. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Biden is going to agree to anything. Like, he hasn't even given a press conference yet. Well, he's given a press conference, but he hasn't given his um, that speech that you give. The what is that called? I feel so stupid. Should probably research that, but so let's just look. Speech you give when you are president. I'm sorry, I don't know this. Well, I don't know the name of it right off the top of my head. State of the Union address. I don't see that anywhere, but for some reason it came to my head. Yes, that thing. Um, it's just gonna be. He hasn't. He's gonna probably do it after Jimmy Carter did, way back in the day. It was. It's gonna be a while. He's not gonna do it until April, and it's gonna be super long and drawn out, and it's gonna be blah blah blah. Or he may just do it tomorrow. Whoever knows. No one knows. But let's continue reading here. Um, I don't. I don't want to put this off for long. I want to go to the taiga this weekend to relax a little. Putin said, quote unquote. So we could do it tomorrow or Monday. We're ready at any time convenient to the American side. Whew. Wait, yesterday was Friday, so that was supposed to go down tomorrow or yesterday. We might have it done on Monday. Is there any news on this? In the response to the reporters' questions, White House Press Secretary John Psaki suggested the discussion was unlikely to happen and noted that Biden is scheduled to travel to Georgia on Friday. Excuses, right? But, I mean, I probably wouldn't sign up for it. If I was as weak in talking as Biden was, I probably wouldn't do it either. I mean, you have people write your speeches for you. You can't have a live debate when you don't even know what you believe in. But I stand corrected. But I think it's important to realize that he didn't have this stuttering in his speeches until he had two brain aneurysms. You're like, what? Yeah. So he had two brain aneurysms, guys. Like, literally, one could kill you. One killed one of my favorite people on the planet, um, Grant Amahara. I'm sure you guys remember Hara. I'm sorry. Death. I mean, sorry, I didn't even spell this right. But I mean, he inspired me to do engineering stuff, and I really like him. But his cause of death was a ruptured aneurysm, which a brain aneurysm, if for the in layman's terms. I mean, it's just well, it's very sad. And he died. It's almost been a year since he died. It's crazy. But he died from one. Be I mean, things all considered, Let's see if we can find this on here. Oh, I just, man, it'd be crazy just to see. Mm. America is in a very dire situation. And not to mention, we have a lot of people essentially making fun of us. China, we've already been insurrected by China now. I mean, it's just a matter of time. And with the division of the country where we stand now, whether it was a voter fraud election or if it was just the sheer hatred for Donald Trump that got Biden elected, he's not fit to be president. Like, and Kamala Harris, I mean, even though, I mean, she's a very authoritative person and kind of stands in the ways of libertarian beliefs and whatnot, she's way more fit. And Biden's supposed to be chief diplomat, and I don't know if you saw this yet, but like, um, diplomatic, uh, diplomat for Biden. So this man is taking up where Donald Trump would have done stuff. This man right here is really the voice of America right now. He is essentially our president right now. As Donald Trump would have just went there in person, Biden can't hold a conversation. He talks about he goes off on tangents so much. He is actually pretty much our president right now, or our diplomat. I think he is a Democrat, but let's see, what is his name? William Burns. William Burns. So, let's see. Uh, Political party. Let's just go to his Wikipedia page. Why not? Chilling out here. Oh, he was the director of the CIA. Wait, no, he is director of the CIA. What? Yo. What the heck? He earned a BA in history from the LA La Salle University and Mr. Phil and D Phil, MPhil and DPhil degrees in international relations. Man, he's held a lot of offices actually. Let's see. So let's see. This is his fourth personal details. So he was born in '56. So he's way younger than Biden could ever be. He was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We already talked about this. Oh, yo, wait, that can't be right because, okay, so he wrote this thesis on policy towards Egypt in 1985. Not bad, not bad. So, but he got his first elected office as Executive Secretary of the United States of Department of State in 1996 and lasted until 1998. He was president. He was his president. He was under was Bill Clinton. That's all the people. He was succeeded by him or her later in the time. Um, but he, but then he went from 1998. He like became the ambassador to Jordan. So I guess he was the ambassador for Egypt again. So I guess his thesis actually became kind of popular. I don't know anything about that thesis, but we'll have to check that out. Assistant Secretary for Eastern Affairs, George W. Bush. So he became, he stayed there. He stayed there. Wait, well, I think he took a little short break from here, but he keeps on it. He became the Assistant Secretary of State for Near Eastern Affairs. So he's been working his way up the branch. I respect that man. That's cool. I mean, I don't know any of his policies. He could be an awful person, but working your way up to the top like that, I mean, that's American right there. I don't know where he began, but he seems to be an all right guy. November 8, 2005 through May 13th, 2008, he became that. So he kept on working his way up. He never stopped. Um, became the Secretary of State. Man, man. So, so he's just been moving up. Well, no, it looks like. So I think. So I think. Oh no. So when he was under Barack, it seems. Well, so he took a 2 year break here, but he held these offices at the same time, right? Because, well, not at the exact same time, but very close. So he was only this for a day. He was Secretary of State for only a day, but I mean, still, um, he was this for a little bit. I think he was United States Deputy Secretary of State for a while. He was acting, so he must have been filling up. But okay, so Hillary Clinton, this man seems to be pretty well versed. We have I don't know what his political values are. Um, let's see if we can't find him. Affiliation. Um, but okay, so he is part of the Democratic Party, but I mean, CIA director. I mean, he seems pretty well versed. I mean, if anyone deserves it, I guess he does. I don't know any of his stuff. I mean, I could just be endorsing somebody that's completely awful, but um, well, let's go back. Let's see what he's into. So, service of ninth deputy. Okay, he served as all that. Um, a cable that Burns signed as ambassador to Russia in 2006, released by WikiLeaks, provided detailed eyewitness account of lavish wedding organized by member oil chief for his son. The wedding lasted 2 days, and attendees including, oh god, Chanakas or Cheknaz, Ramzan Kadyrov, an FSB colonel, sitting next to the cable's authors, tried to cognac to their wine. Jake Sullivan led the secret. Okay. Led to the intermediate. Okay. Agree between Iran and PSP. Okay. So this is. Okay. So he kind of did go into the Iranian and deals. So he could be. He's probably not that great. He probably has a couple skeletons in his closet, but well, what are you going to do about it? But he is essentially our president, or when it comes to, instead of being chief diplomat like Biden should be, William Burns is taking up that responsibility. And I guess he deserves it. But it seems like we have this cabinet of people, as Trump was kind of independent, not completely independent, but definitely independent. Biden is really outsourcing his abilities to other people. So I guess you have, well, I guess you just have everyone kind of looking towards you. And I guess you guys do know, like, so Biden did strike Syria for no reason really twice, and he about did it again. He struck. Um, he called in a drone strike 2 times, um, or once. He's called in it once a while back. Biden's drone strikes. Did he go around Congress? So this was back in the third. And today's the 20th, so I mean it's been a while, but um, impose temporary limits on counterterrorism, drone strikes, and commando raids outside the conventional battlefield zones like Afghanistan and Syria. Okay, so it was Afghanistan, not just Syria. Um, but this is going in the face of Trump's peace agreements. Under the Trump administration, they had been allowed to decide for themselves whether the circumstances on the ground met certain conditions and attack was justified. While Biden's targeting worked both on paper and in practice, under former Donald Trump developed its own policy and precedents for counterterrorism, kill or capture operations outside war zones, including how to minimize the risk of civilian casualties. Oh my God. Did he get... They got civilians. Oh boy. I didn't think it was that bad. Yo. Why? 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 I mean, ugh, whatever. So, did he get Congress's approval for this? Let's see, can I get Congress in this? Congress. No Congress. I mean, I think you need Congress's approval to do this. Yeah, it just seems like he... Oh. Wait, in particular, during Mr. Obama's first term, there was a sharp escalation in drone strikes. I suspect in tribal... Man, awful, man. War is awful, but, I mean... Like my cousin does all the drone strikes. Not all of he doesn't, but he does fly drones for this. I don't think he's currently deployed, so he didn't do any of this. But man, it's so weird. I have a lot of friends and family in the military, and I don't agree with this. I mean, I don't want to go into the military just because I feel like it to work as a effective unit, you need to destroy individuality, and I like individuality. Am I a special snowflake? No, but I like to think, and that's the statement. I like to think. That's it. I don't want to be told what to do, and I don't think anybody should be told what to do. And I think that's American values right there. Um, you have the ability as a civilian of the United States to decide what is right and wrong, and your ability, and that's why I don't hold any offense against Democrats or Republicans because it's ultimately your freedom to decide what you believe in, whether it be abortions or the murder or the death penalty. I mean, it's your ability to believe in whatever you want. Now, do I agree with all those things? No, but um, I don't have to. It's all about the people. The people decide what they want to believe in. And I feel like these loose interpretations of the Constitution that we're dealing with now are starting to fade. And I mean, the peak of the Roman Republic, which is what we based our government off of, was only about 200 years. So, I mean, you can really see where we're basically an expired. We're expired right now. We have a head of state, which is Biden right now, was previously Trump's, and we have this triumphant of branches. Tri meaning three, umphant. I mean it's probably Latin for something, but uh, like real famous. You got Julius Caesar and Pompey, and then you have somebody else that was just two. There was experimentation with three. So I guess we have four technically because we have the head of state and then we have the judicial branch, legislative branch, and the executive branch that kind of all mold together into this one like combination of forces, which I guess is whatever you're into. Um, I mean, let's go surfing some news right now. Why not? What is? I think can we just go to Google News and see what we're up to? So headlines. Let's go to World right now. I don't really. Okay, so Tokyo is getting weird stuff for the. Whoa! What's this? Vox? Very cool. So I guess we have an eruption? Very interesting. Okay. This is really cool. Wait. This is probably copyrighted, but we can watch a little bit of it. So yeah, a 6,000 year or six. It hasn't erupted in 6,000 years. That's literally like once in like 600, like six lifetimes. I mean, we didn't get to witness it, but I mean, you know what happened, right? You're never gonna see this thing erupt again. I mean, this is well, I mean, it might erupt a second time, might bust its load all over the ground, but I mean, yeah, it seemed to have caused some devastation. I think this is the smoke and ash and the clouds right here. So, I mean, they might not be getting sun for a while, but I mean, that's interesting. Okay, that's fun times. I'm sure the Icelandic population is really enjoying that. Okay, I don't really have an opinion on this next one. So, the vaccine, I guess, had caused blood clots and got cleared um, for injections in human populations, anyways. I don't quite know what's going on with that. I'm not really going to go into it because I don't know enough about it. Like so this, I mean, you don't need to know too much. You just need to know that dormant means sleeping volcano erupts in Iceland. There's no political affiliation to that, but there could be people that the Zinka, I think is how you pronounce it, vaccine, um, could just be for could just be all like could just be one misidentification of blood clots. I mean, they could have already had underlying medical conditions that cause blood clots. I mean, and you don't know what political party is pushing what. I mean, it could be that, man, this isn't even like U.S. Even though it says U.S. here, this is the BBC covering this British Broadcasting Channel, so you never know. Um, yeah, we can talk about this though. 6 lions found dead in Ugandan National Park. Uh, let's look into. I'm gonna go to Yahoo News. NPR can be a little biased. Um, 6 lions were found dead, dismembered. Oh, after suspect poisoning. What craziness? Okay, I don't know. Should you really? I mean, that's a question. Do you really like try to deploy it? I mean, what are you gonna do? Stop it again? It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna be able to solve any of this with a conventional policies. I mean, you already have laws in place. I'm sure. I mean, you're not gonna not do this, but whatever. Okay, so of course it condemns it. I mean, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Whatever, you know, it's fun times. Magnitude 7 earthquake strikes northern Japan. Oh my God, Japan's having another earth. Oh my God, a tsunami warning issued. Oh, not again. I believe it was like the 2007 tsunami. 2007 Japan. Um, just because I let's see if I can't get a nice copy of that. TSU Nami. Tasami. Uh, TSU Nami. Okay, so it was 2007. Yo, your boy's on this. Whoa, hang on. What? March 25th, 2007. Yo, it's March 20th. What? Is it going to be nearly as bad? What was it? Yo, it's a magnitude 6.9? This is a magnitude 7. Yo, we're going to have another nuclear reactor meltdown. That's what really happened with this one. Was there's a nuclear reactor meltdown. Yo. Dang. Istanbul is not Constantinople, or Istanbul is not Constantinople. If you have a date in Constantinople, should be waiting in Istanbul. Yeah. So CNN, I guess, withdraws, or Turkey withdraws from Istanbul Convention to combat violence against women. Yo, great, great, great. Finally, some of these Muslim countries do not give women rights, and this is pretty awful. But I think if this is going to be true, I mean, we should start seeing more women's rights and maybe even eventually political office being held by women in some of the Middle Eastern countries, which is going to be very cool. All right. Uh, yo, what is this? Um, wait, Arabs from Israel. Hmm. Okay. The Washington Post. Let's look into this. So, Tel Inva Intama Bin Garva. No, Giver. Well, we're going to Google Translate so I don't mispronounce his name really bad. Um, can you imagine? Like, I know English is not the, but it's almost a universal language, right? I mean, it's the NATO official language. I mean, I don't know. So maybe I should have it direct language. Yeah, detect language. So maybe we go like this. Welsh. I don't know if I don't think that's how you pronounce it. Hey, let's go. Um, Arabic, maybe. Giver. GVAR. I don't know if that's correct. I'm gonna say that's gonna be completely wrong. I don't agree with any of how this is being pronounced, but we'll continue with it. So he's the Jewish Power Party. What a name, the Jewish Power Party. Yo, okay, that's pretty cool. The Jewish Power Party. That gives me shivers. I like those the people that took down Hitler and stuff. Or not Hitler, but took down yo, it was them. I wonder if they have any, because the Israelis were the people that went to Argentina to take out the Nazis that were stationed there or had moved there. Yo, I wonder if they did. I wonder if that is like the remnants of it. I doubt it. I mean, but I mean this is basically just somebody was protesting. Oh, we need to kick the Arabs out of Israel. Yeah, good luck with that. That hasn't worked so far, and really we need peace between you two, the Arabs and the Jewish population there, and it's not happening, and we need to have it. I mean, peace is very perspective, right? I mean, peace can just be just not talking to each other, but as long as there's nothing like that happening. Now let's talk about this. The military coup in Myanmar. So, Myanmar. I think this has to do with. Let's look up. Let's make sure we know how to pronounce this. Let's see. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm pronouncing this correctly. I'm just gonna have Google Translate open. I'm tired of not. Um, we'll just have direct Myanmar. Right, that's how you pronounce it. Mar, not Mer. Mar, Myanmar. Okay, what do we got here? Myanmar. All right. Um, we'll just copy and paste that real quick, and let's see where we're at on Google's maps. On the maps, the maps, really the maps. Okay, so it is. It's right next to China here. So really, I mean, there's some theories that this has to do with the China population and whatnot. I mean, can we get a better satellite? Maybe get satellite view here. There's really not a lot of buildings and stuff, but all right. Wow, China is actually pretty expansive. I didn't. So right here we have the Indian and China dispute borders with Bangladesh and Bhutan all up in here. Thailand, Malaysia, all right here. Vietnam, do we even need to mention Vietnam? It actually shares a border. No, it does not share a border, but um, Laos and Cambodia. Oh my God! Look at all these islands. I think people like really just like you never talk about like the Parcel Islands or Hinawa. I mean, you never talk about any of these places, but I mean they're all very vital to American culture and a lot of these places. I mean, we started like um, Saigon, or I mean, you got North Vietnamese and South Vietnamese. I mean, it's all like it used to be. Just now it's all communist ruled. But I mean, that looks super funky. What is that? Oh, is this because of China? Yeah. What the heck? I guess these are some small islands. Yeah, you'll see this throughout China's thing. I mean, there'll be portions that are just blacked out. Um, oh, what am I talking about? This is the South China Sea. That's why that's blacked out. Jesus, can we just invade China already and just get it over with before we just get molested by them? It's not going to go good. I mean, I think we've been doing war games with China for a long time, and I don't think we're going to win. And they've already infiltrated our country so really bad, and that's not even a conspiracy theory anymore. Um, Here in Florida, I mean, we just got um, called out for. We got called out for we're not going to accept North Korean inputs, and we're not going to imports. I mean, and we're not or exports, and we're not going to accept China exports and or something or limited or whatever. I mean, we're not going to keep them out. I mean, China is a very big producer of goods and supplies for us. I mean, it's not going to ever happen. But yeah, we want it to happen, but it's going to be all right. So, I mean, I guess we have a bunch of military coups happening. This is going to become a part of China. Yo, okay, so China is really going to want to expand down not to here. I really want to go to Tasmania, not going to lie. But, whatever. Yo, if they get this, they'll have the full front to invade India. Yo, is that the plan? The coup, I think, was insurrected by China. Yo, are we really going to see the expansion of China down into these countries? And I can see it. I mean, Taiwan, where's Taiwan at? Taiwan, they don't treat it as its own country either. I mean, you're gonna have this all. China's next. I mean, Japan is next, man. You better watch it. Japan is always gonna have battles with China. They're gonna get taken over. I mean, we'll see that happen. With and that's gonna be crazy. Why? Oh, this is so awful, man. What is this world that we live in, man? All right, I'm gonna book a flight to Myanmar. All right, directions to here. Okay, that's not working, but um, you know, I do want to explore Europe sometime and go down. I mean, Europe is a big continent. I mean, in Africa, I kind of want to explore that too. And South America always seems kind of fun. Argentina, we're going deep in Argentina. That's what I was talking about earlier, but so beautiful this world. Oh my god, it's just so beautiful. Like the world just looks like a giant blue marble. So, but I mean, yeah, it's always good. All right, let's get back on to. But they're just basically just doing coups based off China and whatnot. It's gonna be fun. Well, not fun. I mean, we're already seeing bloodshed and lost like a lot of people. Okay, so we got everyone's trying to relax the mask mandate, which with more and more vaccines, it's more ethical now. Wait, somebody died from it? Yo, and that's New York Times. I mean, they don't lie about that, but I definitely wouldn't say that they would. Why are they covering a vaccine if they're really wanting to push vaccines? Okay. COVID case since February has been vaccinated. State media. Oh, oh. More people would test. This man, I guess, test positive. I mean, yeah. Who hasn't had COVID at this point? Um, I don't like that. Science is back. Okay, whatever. I mean, it, man, they just like taking jabs at everyone, don't they? I think we need to have a lot more of a peaceful society. I think we can all come over, go over China. I mean, what a perfect thing. What a perfect thing to talk about. I mean, so you got, China's expansion into the South China Sea. You got that going. I mean, so you can get Republicans involved with that, and then their carbon emissions are more than twice that of the United States, and they have lessened the restriction on coal plants, so they're going to even be putting out more carbon dioxide. We need to come together. We need to take this to China's butt. This is getting outrageous, and with America falling apart, I mean, we're pretty much segregated at this point. I mean, Civil War is never going to happen, but Civil War is happening just because, not like Civil War, but it's fifth generational warfare where it's all informational. And that's what we're seeing from China and from the United States. Finland, yeah. Just because they're so small. I don't know if it's Fox News, whatever. Yes. Thank you, Myanmar, please. I don't know what we're going to do. They were tasked at killing protesters, literally. This is getting insane. And finally, they're starting to cover it. But I mean, that's not even China, though. I mean, the atrocities happening in China right now are so extravagant. I mean, they just do that on a daily basis, so no one will report about it. I mean, you have such a biased media that they will never talk about anything. Okay, this is what I have to say about the vaccine rollout and mask wearing in general. It is your choice, just like everything should be your choice. I mean, you should have regulate. I mean, you should have laws that dictate. I mean, your choice because you have the choice to murder somebody, right? I mean, that's a choice you ultimately make. Is there laws restricting that? Yes, but you ultimately still have the choice, and I feel like that should be the same way with death penalty and abortion. I mean, it's your ultimate choice, but I think we need to really embrace American and the individuality and choice. I think we've gotten rid of that. I mean, everyone's afraid to talk about anything anymore. Everything's so political, and for good reason. The information age is now. We have information directly into our brains, and with Elon Musk's new Neuralink and all that, I mean, we're gonna have it pumped strictly into our brains. This is, I mean, it's time to act. I think we need to bring America together. I think it's time that we all come together and find a threat. I mean, we really need to come together, and I can't state that enough. We cannot successfully be a world power with us broken up amongst red and blue states. Yes, we can't agree on things, but we need to be together. You're never going to convince somebody that is on the other side of the fence. The only people you can convince are the people in the middle of the fence. I think we really need to take that into heart. People aren't accepting or and will not accept Biden as their president because of allegations of voter fraud. And you had this in reverse in 2016 when Trump got elected and they claimed it voter fraud as well. Not to that of a significant amount, but like instead of voter fraud, it was more like Russian involvement, and now you have QAnon and all that going on. I mean, the QAnon's gonna die out soon because Trump isn't president anymore. Could he run in 2024? Yes, but I mean, it's not gonna happen. And QAnon is kind of strange. I mean, it's just a big giant conspiracy, which I mean could be or could not be true. You never know. I mean, as crazy as things may seem, the only thing you can ever know is what you experience with your own two eyes. As much as I believe the earth is round, there's people that believe the earth is flat. And no matter what proof you put on the table, they'll declare it's not valid because it's a giant conspiracy. But, I mean, that's life. Just like people you have that claim that we didn't go to the moon. You have that. Um, in fact, we're about to gear up and go to the moon again. So, I mean, I'm happy about that. But it's just yeah, I mean, could we have not went to the moon? Possibly, but we never know. I wasn't even thought of as a child yet. My mom and dad weren't even conceived yet. But just life, man. It's always hard. Now, did my music stop playing? Has that happened? Did I go through all the uploads? Yes. Yeah, this is my uncle's band, by the way. So hopefully I don't get copyright striked. I could get copyright striked, but um, he gave me permission to use it. So, or not my uncle, but like my great uncle or something like that. Is he a great singer? Maybe, maybe not, but it's music to play in the background. I mean, is it good music? Maybe not, but it's music nonetheless, right? I mean, at least we got our own tunes, right? Um, okay, this song isn't that good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to move on. I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely like a song I would listen to. It has a good, okay, he's a good acoustic guitarist, I gotta say that, but yo, this is a cool song. I like this. Oh, it has a nice Indian value to it. Very cool. I don't know. You guys should get hypnotized. This isn't. This. I mean, it's kind of trippy music. I mean, this is what you listen to if you're high on acid or whatever. But whatever you're into. Denying leader die of. Did deny leader die of coronavirus? It's one of the many questions he leaves behind. Oh my God! Stop worrying about it. You need to find. We need to come together. COVID is separating the world apart. It's broken us up into too many sects. And while we're all grabbing our marbles and trying to understand what's going on, China has just been getting more and more powerful as more countries rely off them for things. We are in a desperate scenario. We're gonna get invaded. We've already been invaded by China, just not how you'd think. It's important to realize that the People's Republic of China is actually socialism. a mixed economy between communism and capitalism. Just enough capitalism to make money and just enough communism to keep the people in check. And by check, I mean controlled over, vast control over. The Chinese citizens need to rise up just like Americans need to rise up. I think we need to come together in times when we're so far separated. Our government is dying, and our expiration date is coming soon, and the Constitution's days are numbered. We need to have, we need to be ready for anything that happens. And together, I think we can. America will fall. China will fall. Everyone will fall and be reformed sometime. When is that time? We don't know. We are a chapter in the history book of the world. And one day we will be talked about, just like we talk about the Romans, their battle strategies, all of their stuff. And the censorship that we're seeing across the board in both Chinese and American politics is not going to be good. History goes to the victors, as a wise man once said, and I agree with that. I mean, we can't. This is going to be a crazy, crazy decade, and I think we could see civil war soon. Whether that be informational wars, which I think we've been seeing for years, or if it does escalate into some tensions with, the Proud Boys and Antifa. I mean, if we see those militias come together head to head, I mean, we could see some blood being poured. The George Floyd riots, I mean, we're having them happen again down in not Memphis. Is it Memphis? Let's see. Uh, George. Oh, sorry. George Floyd riots. Basically, just a part two. Oh, protests. Yeah, I forgot that's what they call it. It's a rebellion, man. Take it as you will. It is a rebellion. Quote unquote protest. No, it isn't Minneapolis. No. We're fine. Um, but these aren't protests. I think you have to understand that violence is not protected by the Constitution. Freedom of speech is, and freedom of gathering is. This is not This isn't real. This isn't. I mean, it is real, but this isn't protests. When things get violent and blood is drawn, it's riot. Just like the Capitol was a riot, even though 4 people died. 19 people died in this. And these weren't just like, oh, I got trampled. These were gunshot wounds in the autonomous zone and deaths because people couldn't get basic medical attention and the people on the streets were getting hurt. I think it's important that we stand up for what we believe in. And if they stand up for communism and Black Lives Matter, that is up to them. They can stand for that all they want. But it's important to know that you have to draw the line. When it comes to 19 plus deaths, the autonomous zone should have never been made. When things started getting deadly, we should have arrested those people that were being violent. Murders are murders, and when you don't have police involvement, you can never know. I mean, you have people literally destroying evidence so they don't get conquered or caught. Because I mean, let's see. I think they have a 911 calls. Because I think this is how you really think we can really get an idea of what they're talking about. Hmm. The time we live is now, and I think we have to work together. Anyways, I don't know how long this has been going on for. This has been going on for quite a bit. Let's see. I don't know if I got any views with this analytics. I do enjoy that one viewer. Thank you. But I mean, I don't know if that's just me viewing it. I don't think so. But we've been going on for almost an hour here. Um, I've really enjoyed this. I mean, I don't know if anyone's really going to talk about this, but I hope that I can start talking about political values. And my next stream, I'll have somebody on and we'll do a nice little interview. Maybe some less music. Less music might be good. Whatever you're into. So, let's end it there, guys. I mean, I appreciated everyone that tuned in. If you only were there for 5 seconds, or if you're just there now, I really appreciate it. Um, and I really hope I can continue doing this. I love you guys. This was Product Eagle Fall, the Fallen Podcast, America, and this is Varney signing off.